Fitness assessment is an essential element of any health-related physical activity program. It establishes a baseline from which students can set goals and check progress. It also allows students to experience and better understand the components of health-related fitness. The primary goal of the New York City Fitness Gram program is to assist students in establishing physical activity as part of their daily lives. The New York City Fitness Gram assesses important aspects of a student's health-related fitness. It does not focus on sport-related skill acquisition. Students are not compared to each other, but to health fitness standards that are carefully established for each age and gender and that indicate good health. Participants receive objective, personalized feedback and positive reinforcement, which are vital to changing behavior and serve as a communication link between teachers and parents. Students need to become familiar with the New York City Fitness Gram skills prior to the assessment. Student helpers should be trained to recognize specific performance errors. When a performance error is made, the helper informs the student verbally and visually with a raised finger. All assessment skills should be preceded with appropriate warm-up and stretching exercise, and followed with a proper cool-down. Aerobic fitness is perhaps the most important indicator of physical fitness and assesses the capacity of the cardiorespiratory system by measuring endurance. The PACER, which stands for Progressive Aerobic Cardiovascular Endurance Run, is a multi-stage fitness assessment set to music, which provides a valid, fun alternative to the customary distance run. The PACER is run over a distance of 15 meters and gets progressively faster. The change in speed is signaled by a different sound on the CD and a verbal cue indicating the end of a level.
9. End of level 1.
The pace then increases, with shorter intervals between each lap. Instructions. The students start behind the line in the ready position. The assessment will begin with the word start.
On your mark, get ready, start.
They jog to the other side and cross the line before the beep on the CD. Then, the students pivot behind the line to reverse direction. They wait for the beep before jogging back.
1.
The number that is heard after the beep indicates the number of laps successfully completed up to this point.
3.
Scoring. A lap is recorded for each 15 meters covered, which is approximately 49 feet. Have a student recorder sit behind the end line with score sheet and pencil in hand. Write down the name of the student who is performing the assessment on the top and cross off the number when a lap is completed. Teachers and student recorders should watch for performance errors.
10.
Students encounter a performance error when they do not cross the line by the time of the beep. At that moment, they should reverse direction and continue on with the assessment. They also receive a performance error when they start before the beep, when the student stops running, or when they cross over into another lane. The recorder should circle the first lap that the student receives a performance error and indicate the error has been made with a raised finger. On the second performance error, the assessment is over. The student should leave the PACER track but continue walking slowly to cool down.
End of level 4.
The recorder circles the total number of laps completed and hands it into the teacher. Suggestions and modifications. Use lanes marked with chalk, tape, or numbered or colored cones. Lanes should be between 40 and 60 inches wide.
29.
If a gym is not available, the PACER can be run in a schoolyard or hallway.
30.
Before the assessment day, allow students to listen to the CD so they know what to expect. Allow at least 2 practice sessions for students.
35.
The PACER can be used as a warm-up activity in classes to prepare students for the actual assessment. Students in grades K through 3 may be introduced to these assessment skills such as the pacer.
38,
However, scores will not be entered into the system until grade 4.
39,
Allow students to run as long as they wish, but not to the point of exhaustion. Abdominal strength and endurance are important in promoting good posture and correct pelvic alignment. Strength and endurance of the abdominal muscles are important in maintaining a healthy lower back. The objective of the curl-up assessment is to complete as many curl-ups as possible up to a maximum of 75 to the cadence on the CD.
down,
One curl-up is completed every 3 seconds. Instructions. The curl-up assessment is performed lying down, with knees bent, hands flat by your sides, and your head resting on a sheet of paper. A 4.5-inch strip can be made out of sentence strips. The strip can be placed at the end of the mat so that students can feel the edge of the strip. The students position their bodies so that the middle fingertips of both hands are touching the top edge of the strip. The strip should be secured to the mat with tape. Knees are bent at a 140-degree angle with heels touching the ground. The head, neck, and shoulders must remain aligned. The fingertips must slide across the strip and back during the cadence.
down,
The cadence is one curl-up
down,
every 3 seconds.
up,
Your head must
down,
return to the mat
up,
or touch the paper
down,
after each curl-up.
up, down,
Scoring. The score is determined by the number
down,
of curl-ups
20,
performed
up,
correctly.
down,
Fingertips
21,
must reach the
up,
opposite side of the strip.
down, 22,
Curl-ups should
up,
be counted when the student's
down,
head
23,
returns to the mat.
up,
One
down,
curl-up should be
24,
completed
up,
every 3 seconds.
down, 25,
Suggestions and corrections.
up,
3 or 4
down,
people can be used for this
up,
assessment. The
down,
student performing the assessment,
up,
the second
down,
student recording the number of curl-ups, and 1
down,
or 2 additional students
up,
looking for performance
down,
errors. One student can
up,
focus specifically
down,
on body position,
up,
while the other student can
down,
concentrate on the strip.
up,
Position the student helpers at different angles so they can clearly watch for performance errors. The student
down,
raises a finger when the first performance
up,
error is made.
down,
The
up,
curl-up begins with a flat
down,
back and a straight neck. Students should not
up,
just reach with the arms.
down,
Shoulder blades must be raised off the
down,
floor on the up motion. Watch students
down,
for jerking motions
up,
that will cause them to move
down,
out of position.
down,
Allow
25,
sufficient time
up,
for practice with the CD
down,
cadence
26,
before
up,
administering the assessment.
down, 27,
Examples of
up,
performance errors are
down, 28,
pausing during curl-up,
down, 29,
heels lifted
up,
from mat,
down, 30,
out of rhythm with
up,
the cadence,
down, 31,
head does not
up,
return to mat,
down, up,
fingers do
down,
not slide across the strip,
up, down,
fingers do not maintain contact with the strip, fingers do not return to the starting position of the strip,
up,
the student's
down,
neck is hyperextended.
down,
Students are stopped when 75 curl-ups are
down,
completed or when the second
up,
form correction is made.
down,